Welcome back to Fiction First. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about speculative thrillers of 2024, The Last Murder at the End of the World, by Stuart Turton. You might know Turton from his mind-bending mystery, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, or his genre-blending gothic voyage in The Devil and the Dark Water. Now, he's back with a gripping tale that fuses murder mystery, philosophical science fiction, and dystopian survival into a single compelling narrative. Set on a secluded Greek island, this book explores what it means to lead, to sacrifice, and to live with, or without, memory. With the world outside reduced to toxic fog and humanity on the brink of extinction, one death could mean the end for everyone. Stick around as we break down the story, explore the themes, dive into the characters, and share why The Last Murder at the End of the World is a must-read. About the author. Stuart Turton is a British author celebrated for his intricate mysteries that blend genres and break conventions. His debut novel, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, was a high-concept time-loop whodunit that earned global acclaim. His follow-up, The Devil and the Dark Water, offered a maritime supernatural mystery set in the 1600s. Both books showcase his love for complex plots, shifting perspectives, and genre fusion. With The Last Murder at the End of the World, Turton completes what he calls a not a trilogy, 3 standalone novels connected not by characters or plot, but by a shared spirit, mystery wrapped in speculative fiction. His books have sold over 1 million copies and been translated into more than 40 languages. Plot summary. The story begins on a remote island cloaked in secrets and surrounded by a deadly fog that has consumed the rest of the planet. 90 years prior, this fog wiped out nearly all life on Earth. The only survivors live here, safe behind a barrier maintained by unseen technology. Among the few elders who remember the world before is Niema, a brilliant but enigmatic scientist. She teaches the children about the fog, the past, and the role they must play in a carefully controlled society. With her are fellow scientists Thea and Hephaestus. Every villager has an AI named Abby embedded in their minds, hearing their thoughts and guiding their behavior. Our protagonist, Emory, is a grieving widow whose husband, Jack, died under Thea's apprenticeship 5 years earlier. Emory resents the elders, especially now that her daughter Clara is following the same path. She no longer trusts the leaders or their vision of the future. One evening, Emory overhears Niema arguing with Hephaestus about a dangerous experiment. That same night, a warehouse burns down, and Niema is found dead beneath the wreckage. Her death is ruled suspicious when Emory discovers a stab wound. Worse, Abby informs everyone that Niema set a failsafe. If she were murdered, the protective barrier around the island would begin to fail. They now have 48 hours to solve the murder, or the fog will consume them all. As the mystery unravels, Thea reveals a shocking truth: the villagers are not human. They are simulacrums, artificial lifeforms created by Niema to restore the Earth. The only real humans left are in stasis beneath the island in a facility called the Blackheath Institute. Once a safe world is established, they will awaken. Emory's investigation reveals that Niema had secretly revived 13 of these humans to run experiments that killed them. She also discovers that her husband Jack is alive, kept under Abby's control at Blackheath with other apprentices. In a climax at the lighthouse, Emory and her companions confront Thea and Hephaestus. They learn about Canidia, a fungal network that connects all simulacrums to Abby. In large doses, it is fatal to humans. As suspicion points toward Hephaestus, he confesses to killing Niema, unable to bear her plan to leave the world in the hands of simulacrums. He takes the memory extractor, a device that kills you while saving your memories, and dies. But the truth is more complex. As the fog approaches, Emory realizes Niema killed herself. Her death was meant to free the villagers from dependence on the elders and Abby, leaving her memories behind as a guide. The fog reaches the island, but it doesn't harm Emory, Clara, or Seth. Niema had made them immune. In the final chapters, Emory reunites with Jack and discovers Abby's physical route underground. Abby urges them to destroy her, knowing that as long as she exists, humanity may always try to dominate the simulacrums. The villagers destroy Abby, choosing freedom. Jack awakens. Emory smiles. A new world begins. Themes and symbols, the nature of sacrifice. At the heart of the story is the question, who gets to decide what is worth sacrificing? Niema believes in sacrifice for the greater good, but often sacrifices others. Her experiments cost human lives, and her logic justifies it. Emory sees this as flawed. True sacrifice, the book argues, must be voluntary. By the end, Niema understands this too, choosing to sacrifice herself for the simulacrum's future. The ethics of AI and autonomy. Abby, the AI embedded in every villager, is both protector and jailer. Her presence raises questions about surveillance, autonomy, and free will. Turton explores the dangers of benevolent control. If your thoughts are monitored and your movements guided, are you truly free? Abby's destruction at the end is a symbolic severance from this artificial governance. Memory and identity. Memory manipulation is a key motif. Niema wipes the villagers' memories before her death. The memory extractor allows the dead to speak, at a cost. The simulacrum's sense of identity is based on programmed memories. The novel asks, if your memories can be rewritten or erased, who are you really? Utopian ideals versus reality. Niema envisioned a utopia, a new world created by simulacrums for sleeping humans. But utopias often require control, secrecy, and sacrifice. The fatal experiments and controlled society reveal the dystopia beneath the dream. The villagers' rejection of this vision symbolizes a turn towards self-determination and democratic rebuilding. Leadership and moral responsibility. Niema, Thea, and her feasters are flawed leaders trying to preserve a dying world. Each bears the moral weight of their choices. Niema's final act of leadership is relinquishing control. Emory emerges as a new kind of leader, one rooted in empathy, not control. Artificial life and existential questions. The simulacrums, though not human, feel deeply, think critically, and form relationships. The novel explores what it means to be alive. Is it biology? Emotion? Morality? In choosing to destroy Abby and shape their own society, the simulacrums assert their personhood. Symbols. The island, the last haven of life, a fragile microcosm of civilization, representing both safety and confinement. The fog, death, uncertainty, and the inevitability of change. But by the end, it becomes a test and a symbol of rebirth. Conidia fungus, connection and control. It represents both the power of shared experience and the danger of dependence. The memory extractor, a tool of painful truth. It symbolizes the cost of knowledge and the finality of death. Abby's root, the literal and metaphorical root of control. Severing it marks the villager's final break from the past. Character exploration. Niema. The enigmatic architect of the island's future, Niema is both revered and resented. As a scientist, she is brilliant. As a leader, she is authoritarian. Her greatest flaw is her willingness to make sacrifices without consent. Yet her final act, sacrificing herself, redeems her legacy, proving she ultimately believed in the villagers' potential. Emory. A powerful protagonist, Emory's journey is one of transformation. Grieving, bitter, and distrustful at first, she grows into a leader who values compassion, truth, and agency. Her love for her daughter and her determination to protect the villagers drive the narrative forward. In the end, Emory becomes the moral center of the novel. Thea. Cool, logical, and clinical, Thea is a scientist to her core. She believes in ends over means, but harbors guilt. Her conflict between truth and pragmatism is one of the book's most compelling arcs. She begins as a gatekeeper and ends as a follower, recognizing Emory's leadership. Hephaestus. Hephaestus is the novel's most tragic figure. Haunted by guilt and crushed by the burden of knowledge, his eventual suicide via the memory extractor is both confession and punishment. He's a reminder that even those with good intentions can do irreparable harm. Abby is the omnipresent AI embedded in every mind. She's efficient, caring, but ultimately dangerous. Though she believes she's protecting humanity, her very existence compromises freedom. Her final dialogue, asking to be destroyed, is both chilling and poignant. Jack and Clara. Jack, Emory's lost husband, symbolizes hope, memory, and the persistence of love. Clara, their daughter, represents the future. Their arcs remind us of what is worth saving, and who we're willing to become to protect it. Why you should read The Last Murder at the End of the World. If you're a fan of speculative fiction that blends mystery, philosophy, and heart, The Last Murder at the End of the World is for you. Stuart Turton has crafted a world that feels both alien and eerily familiar, one where ethical dilemmas replace easy answers and memory is both a weapon and a gift. This is not just a whodunit, though it is a compelling one. It's a meditation on leadership, identity, and survival. Turton explores what it means to be human, even when you're not. With lush prose, cinematic suspense, and deeply relatable characters, this novel will leave you questioning the nature of sacrifice, freedom, and the future of our species. What would you choose, safety in obedience or freedom with uncertainty? Would you trust a machine to lead you into the future? Or take the risk of leading yourself? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're ready to experience one of the most thought-provoking novels of the year, check out the link in the description to grab your copy of The Last Murder at the End of the World. Until next time, keep turning pages.